Hello everyone, I'm Eric with MIDAS. Thanks for joining me here at Music Group Studios today. I've got a quick tip on the M32 console. We're going to talk about mute groups, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so utilizing mute groups on the M32 is going to give you the opportunity to take multiple channels and mute them all at once with just the push of one button. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, first you need to go over to the mute group button here next to the screen. You need to push that in and make sure that that is illuminated. Come over here to, let's say, mute group 1. In this example, I'm going to mute channels 1 through 8, which are all my drums. And then I'm going to take my finger off mute group 1. I'm going to come out of mute group here. So now, when I hit mute group 1, my channels 1 through 8 are going to be muted. Now there's some other options you can set for this. So let's go ahead and get into that. Let's go over to the setup menu, and under the configuration tab, you have a section here that says mute system. All right, so you have three options in this menu. You have hard mutes, DCA groups, and invert LEDs. So let me show you what they do. Okay, so I'm going to select hard mutes here. Now that my mute group is actually engaged, you can see that these channels are now blinking. So that's telling me that I have these channels on a mute group and it's engaged. Now let's say if I wanted to get out of that mute group, but I didn't want a specific channel to be unmuted, I'm going to select, let's say, 7 and 8 here. Now they're not blinking. So now I know that those are hard muted. So when I come out of this mute group, these channels are now unmuted, but the ones that I wanted on a hard mute are still muted, and I have to physically come over here and unmute them. All right, so that was hard mutes. Let's move down to DCA groups. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a DCA. I'm going to put all the channels that I just did on my mute groups on DCA 1, which is going to be all my drum channels in this example. So I'm going to select DCA 1 and select all my drum channels here. Now all my drum channels are on DCA 1, and if I was to mute this DCA, it's going to act like a mute group. Check this out. So if I mute this, now all my channels on my drums are blinking. Now that's telling me that I have all of my drum channels and they're muted by the DCA. So let's move along to inverted LEDs. So for this example, I'm going to pull up channel 15 here so you can see signal into the screen. I'm going to select invert LEDs. Now you can see on all the channels here, the mute buttons are illuminated. That's saying that they're sending signal to the left and right bus. Some mixers do this. So if I was to, let's say, mute channel 15, which is the only channel I have up, it's going to be not illuminated anymore. And you can see that the signal's gone. So if you're used to mixing like this, that's how you can set it up like that. Some people prefer that, and that's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute it again, and you can see that the signal is back. So there you have it. It's just that easy to set up specific preferences on how your mute groups work, and it's a great way to get multiple channels muted with just the push of one button. I'm Eric with MIDAS. Thanks for joining me here at Music Group Studios. Be sure to visit MidasConsoles.com for more information, and I'll see you next time.